Sometimes raising kids can be really tricky. What do you do when you are so sure that you're getting it right, but you are not? What do you do when every time you open your mouth, your child looks at you and says, you're getting it wrong again? They don't say it so nicely, actually. And how do you recover from tricky questions and tough conversations that are unexpected at the dining table in front of everybody, including people who really don't want to be part of that conversation? That's today on our I'll Do Better Tomorrow episode of the Happy Families podcast. Stay with us. Hello, welcome to the Happy Families podcast. It's real parenting solutions every single day. On Australia's most downloaded parenting podcast, we are Justin and Kylie Coulson. Friday is the day where we get the most practical, and I'm excited for today's I'll Do Better Tomorrow. Just before we do, a couple of things. First off, in big news in our family, we have two daughters that celebrated birthdays in the last week or so. Same day, 3 years apart. I planned that well.
I can't believe you're taking the credit for that.
That was all me. That's entirely me.
You're hilarious.
I have no idea what day it is. I just know that I love spending time with you.
Not only did I plan it to the day, they were 18 minutes apart on the 18th.
Okay, well, again, I can't really claim very much there. Although I was involved at the start and the end, so there was definitely some... let's move on. The joy of seeing your children have their birthdays is great, but I wanted to play something that came through a voice message from the super simple system at happyfamilies.com.au, where you just scroll down to where it says podcast, press the record button and start talking. Alyssa left us this message. You haven't heard it. Just wanted to share this one with you.
Hi, Justin and Kylie. I recently listened to your podcast, Why Exam Results Don't Define Your Child, and the timing couldn't have been better. Our eldest is in year 12 and coming up to exams. She's always struggled with test conditions, but's determined to give it her best and then take a gap year. I've shared many of your podcasts with her, and she actually listened to this one. Phew, it really resonated. We'd love your advice on how she might gain the type of life experience you mentioned and what guidance or loose rules you might have given your own children during their gap years at home. We've suggested she work to earn money and independence, but aren't sure how to set fair expectations like contributing to rent or food while keeping it supportive. Would love your advice. Thank you.
I love that we've got Year 12 students listening to our podcast. I hope they're not failing their exams as a result of listening to our podcast. But I just thought, even though today's an I'll Do Better Tomorrow, some really quick advice on what we tell our kids about gap years, because we are big believers in gap years. We say, be productive. You're not allowed to sit on the couch, not allowed to stare at your phone. You've got to have a full-time work or full-time volunteering or full-time something.
So it's either you're earning or you're learning.
Yeah.
And our girls have done really well with that. As far as paying board,
10%.
we've just made it really simple. Yep. It's 10% of whatever they're earning. So some weeks that means it's $4.70 and other weeks it's $47. But it's actually not about what they're paying. It's about getting them into the habit of being able to give that money.
Yeah, and finding ways that you can contribute to the community, do something that's bigger than you. We have a faith background, so that makes that a little bit easier. Churches are often integrated in that way, and our kids have gone and done church mission work, which has been great. But there are so many other things that you can do. I'm also a really big fan of the armed forces doing a 12-month gap year that's paid. Like, kids get paid $80,000 straight out of high school or thereabouts to go and do a 12-month gap year with the Army. And I just think it's, or with the Navy or with the Air Force, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. So,
and I think it's really good if you just have some, kind of general expectations around what they contribute in the home.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
So that you're both on the same page. Because it's one thing is, as a parent, you're thinking that they're going to do X, Y, and Z, and they're completely not on the same page. And it just causes lots of tension. But if you both are in agreement that X, Y, and Z needs to be done each week, and you're happy to kind of work in with timeframes and things like that, then things are going to be a lot better for both of you. Because you've got this child who's not really a child anymore, but still a child. Yeah,
especially, I reckon 18-year-olds today are the equivalent of 15 or 16-year-olds when I was growing up. And I'm not saying that in a disparaging way. That's what the world has created. The world has stunted our kids' development because of the way we coddle them all the way through. And these gap years are important for their development.
Well, Alyssa, I hope that's been helpful. Good luck with the exams. We're in the same boat as you, so I'm just holding my breath for another few weeks and we're done.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Kylie, we try not to make too much noise about this, but I've been really slack. End of August, going back a couple of months, but end of August, we got a couple of reviews that came through on Apple Podcasts, and I just wanted to share them with you real quick. Number one, this one comes from Sports Mama, who said, "Thank you for reminding me that no is okay as a mum of a 14-year-old without a mobile phone. and an 11-year-old not on Roblox, I'm reminded at times that I'm the world's worst mum. But listening to your podcast over the years and having had the joy of meeting you in person has given me the strength to remember why I say no. Some days the battles are hard and I don't feel like the ally my kids want, but I will always stand strong as the mum they need. From Michelle, the sports mama. And also there was one more that came through. This was from Tina Reviews 1111, who gave us 5-star, both 5-star episodes, reviews. Tina said, I've listened to the podcast from the beginning. From the beginning, every episode. I mean, we're talking a couple of thousand almost. We're getting close to 2,000 episodes. I don't think I've ever missed
That means she's
episode.
listened to all your dribble in the beginning. Wow.
I can't believe you said
Well,
that.
she must really, really like you.
Well, still listening, so she must really, really like you. The Coulsons are brilliant parenting role models. Oh, that's very nice. With sensible, science-backed advice paired with vulnerability and real-life experiences and discussions, keeping the episodes short. I try, but you don't mind a chat, do you, honey?
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Means you can listen each day without being overwhelmed trying to fit in lengthy discussions. Hugely relatable, and I love the focus on reducing screen time. And I do have to add this. There's a little addendum, and it's for our daughter, Emily. And it's just worth quickly mentioning it. To Emily, our children do not have Roblox. They are 13 and 10, or phones for that matter. So you are not the only one. And yes, I wish more parents would band together. Just a suggestion, my 10-year-old homeschooler is not always keen to write either, but she is keen to write to pen pals, forming friend connections and writing practice, win-win. Thanks for everything you do. Happy Families team. It's full of honesty and heart and very much appreciated. Tina, if you've got a daughter who might like a pen pal, I mean, we can't promise, but send us your details. We'll see if Emily will have a chat with your daughter. Who knows? All right, Kylie, our news has gone a little bit longer than it should, as it always does. What's your I'll Do Better tomorrow?
Well, on Tuesday, we had a tricky question from Alana, and she was asking how to have those tricky conversations. She acknowledged her kids are a little bit younger. So she's got, I think, from memory, a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And we acknowledged that we were definitely not having the tricky conversations that we're now having with our kids. But as we're sitting around the dinner table these days with a married daughter who's now a mum and studying to be a midwife.
Midwifery. Oh, my goodness.
Daughter number 2 was in her first very serious relationship. Daughter number 3 has just come home after 18 months. And then we've got a daughter who's just turned 18, is coming up in the world of adulthood. The conversations around the table might make you blush a lot lately, Justin.
Yes. I mean, I don't mind talking about almost anything, but sometimes as I'm sitting there and chewing on my cherry tomatoes and lettuce and salad and whatever else is there, I do kind of, I take a breath and I wait because I know it'll pass. But it's a lot. It is.
Well, there was conversations around kissing tips one night. We've had so many different conversations, and
one of the kids said that she practiced kissing on the wall. Who practices kissing the wall?
Well, what did you practice on?
I didn't need to practice on anything. I practiced on my girlfriends. Okay, I might have practiced on my pillow, and I might have also practiced on the crook of my arm. Okay. What did you practice on?
I didn't practice ever. Did not practice.
So you just asked that to embarrass me?
Yeah.
I was just saying, I didn't actually practice either. I just practiced on my girlfriends.
But I was just thinking about the joy that we're experiencing because we've gone through the challenge and the uncomfortability of having those conversations with our children from a really early age. There is literally no topic off limits. And sometimes it still makes you blush, Justin. But I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that their first point of call isn't to go to ChatGPT or to go to Google. It's to come home and talk to mum and include their siblings in those conversations. And I wouldn't want it any other way. Even the conversations that make me blush. And what I find curious is that so many times they'll come to me and they'll be a little bit kind of just cautious. And then I'll open up and they'll look at me like, really? Like, you're nearly 50 and you're okay having this kind of a conversation. Like, really, it blows them away. And what it actually does is it creates a connection that you don't get otherwise, firstly. And secondly, humanizes you as a person outside of being their mum.
Creating the culture is hard work. The kids resist it, especially through their adolescent years. But when you're intentional, when you're consistent, it really does change things for them, and you can talk about almost anything.
You become a safe place for them
Yeah.
where they get to kind of have tricky conversations where they know they're not going to be judged, they're not going to be laughed at, they're not going to, kind of be questioned, why would you think that? Or that we can actually sit down and have it. And for the 11-year-old and the 15-year-old watching that happen, that just reinforces to them that mum and dad are a place that they can go when they need help, when they need to know things that are troubling them.
Okay, after the break, my I'll do better tomorrow, including how my 15-year-old has informed me I cannot possibly get it right. Welcome back to the Happy Families podcast, real parenting solutions every day. My I'll do better tomorrow, a bit of a tricky one that I'd rather not talk about, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Sometimes you just can't get it right. Even if you've written the parenting books, even if you know what you're talking about, even if you teach other people how to do it, sometimes you can't get it right because not everything works all the time with every child in every circumstance, including for me.
Yeah, but you're saying that it's not working because you're expecting a specific outcome. and the reality is
yes, I want
there's no textbook answer.
Well,
so what you're doing is creating a culture. That's what you're doing. You're creating a culture and therefore creating a relationship.
Well, I just want to highlight, the other day, our 15-year-old was being, I don't know.
Difficult.
Difficult, yeah. I was going to say obnoxious, but difficult's more appropriate. If she's listening, I'm so sorry, Laura. and I tried to correct her. I did it gently. There was nothing abrupt or sharp or abrasive or severe about it at all. It was just a, come on, you know better, and we're trying to do this nicely, and what's the deal? And she just lost it at me, and then she started crying and got very emotional, and it was just a lot. And
then she rang me.
And then she rang you crying, and then you rang me, and I didn't know that she'd been on the phone to you. So when I picked up the phone, I called you all the wonderful names that I call you, and I answered the phone. I had you on speaker, and I said, what can I do for you? And you said, I need you to be gentle with Lily. And you were on speakerphone, and Lily was right beside me as you were ringing for Lily's defense. And
here's the crazy thing. When Lily rang me, she didn't ring me to tell me that you were a bad person. She rang me to say she doesn't know what's wrong with her, but she couldn't stop crying.
I know. But in the meantime, she was saying something about her friends, and I said, well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because I wouldn't want to be your friend right now either. I was like, what are you saying? So, like, sometimes you do get it wrong, but other times it's not actually about you, it's about your kids. My take-home message is, oh, my goodness, no matter how much you do get it right, there's no credit for getting it right. When you get it wrong, it's all your fault.
It's all your fault, but it's actually got nothing to do with you.
It's got nothing to do with you.
It's actually got nothing to do with you.
So I checked in. I apologise because what I said was not kind. And I guess that also highlights, sometimes it is you. Like, I had been perfect until I made that one line. And when I said that one thing, I was like, oh, gosh. Why did you say that? And my mum used to have this saying. She used to say there's two things that never come back: the spent grenade and the spoken word. And I think she was kind of saying they're both the same thing. Like, if you throw the wrong words out there, it's like throwing a grenade. Once that grenade explodes, you can't take it back. And clearly my words as well. But nevertheless, most of it was not me. Most of it was just her. And it didn't matter what I did. There was no right way because people are complex, and sometimes the stuff that they're going through is just the stuff they're going through. And 15-year-olds are particularly complex. 15-year-old girls are especially particularly complex. And my take-home message for today's I'll Do Better Tomorrow, so that I do not ramble and waffle about this, is do the best you can. Say sorry when you get it wrong. Most of the time it's not going to be you. Every now and again it is you. And then when it is you, own it. Don't blame. Don't make excuses. Don't deny it. Just, I got it wrong. And then get on with making sure that you're repairing that relationship every chance you get. Because if you do, eventually you have those kids sitting around the dining table for birthday parties like we did the other night, talking about things that still make you blush, but they're really happy to keep coming home and keep having those conversations because most of the time it was them. And when it was you, you apologised and you made sure the relationship was right. I love that line. I used it with her the other day because she walked out in a huff. And when I went to her, I just said, I didn't do anything horrible or mean or nasty. This is kind of on you, kiddo, but I want you to know that no matter how many times you walk out of the room, my love for you is bigger than all the walkouts in the world. I love that line. My love for you is bigger than the thing you just did. No matter how many times you do it, my love for you is bigger than that. And that's my I'll do better tomorrow.
It's interesting to me. I've had so many conversations with each of the girls at different times over the last handful of months. And I can think back on my parenting journey with each of them and kind of cower at some of the experiences I've had with them, the times where I just got it so wrong. And yet when I've talked to them and acknowledged that I recognise and know that I haven't always got it right, the overwhelming response from each of them is how grateful they are for the times I got it right. Like, they're not actually focused on when we got it wrong, because we've attempted to repair each time we did. We've taken responsibility, we've acknowledged, and it makes such a difference to our kids when they can see that we're not perfect, but we're also willing to own when we get it wrong.
Yeah, there's something amazing about getting your intentions right and having people see your intentions. Like, we always want to be judged on our intentions, and if you can get the relationship right, you can be judged on your intentions, and that is a real gift. Nice summary. We need to wrap this up. Have a great weekend, everyone. We're back on Monday. The Happy Families podcast is produced by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media. We appreciate Mim Hammonds for her research admin and other support. And if you're looking for more resources to strengthen your family, to build your family, to make your family happier, check out the book, The Parenting Revolution. The Parenting Revolution by me, yours truly, Justin Coulson, wherever you buy books, and at happyfamilies.com.au.